What's going on, guys? Kaiger here, back with another tier list update for both classes in PvP and PvE for December 2024. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so I don't do classes as often as I do fairies because there's less changes to classes than fairies, but there have been 3 fairies released since I've done this update, and I've also done testing and talked with other people testing pets on the Southeast Asia region. And this tier list is made by that playtesting with the pets, as well as including the 3 newest fairies. So starting with the top, we have Priest. It just goes well with everything. It's just allows you to hit those crit ranges against people with high tenacity, gives you the shield, lowers tenacity and block, which is very big right now, especially with the damage reduction stuff going on with all the pets. Very important. Then we have Blade. I'm sorry, I always talk about their other name, Perfect Blade. This would be Blazing Owl. Just high damage, good maneuverability. The main issue is if you try to use the 4th skill, it does high damage and also ignores some CC when you use it, so it can be used proactively and reactively. But it's also, if people are just walking in a circle, it will miss. So you have to use it at appropriate times to make it work. You can also pick the 2nd skill on the Kuragakure side, which will allow you to get out of CC, as well as can be used as a catch-up tool with the slow or slow ability itself. Then we have Gladiator, which Gladiator and Wind Chaser both got massive jumps with the pet system. What is it? Like 3 different pets increase your survivability by a large degree, which makes Gladiator way better. It also is just annoying to deal with in PvP. Then we also have Wind Chaser that with the resetting of dodges just goes really ham. Then we have down here in the A tier, we have a Dragon Fighter and Marksman. Some people think they should be lower because of the amount of CC, but Dragon Fighter actually has 3 different pieces of CC. It just doesn't actually say it on some of the skills. For example, the 2nd skill, the dash forward, the improved version where you flip forward is a stun. It just doesn't actually say it on the skill. And Marksman, the amount of damage they're just pumping out is ridiculous, as well as if you look at their class advancements, they get a lot of tenacity and such just from being a ranger. Down here in the B tier, we have Dragon Knight, which the reason why it's down here at B, I like that it has anti-heal and such, and the spear drop can legitimately just kill people, but way easy to dodge, especially now that you have a bunch of Wind Chasers going around, which I think should be popping up in more numbers, as well as Ninja being able to just walk out of most of their damage skills. It's a little annoying. You have to kind of set up. You can only really use a spear drop after a setup skill. Then we have Kuragakure, also known as Shadow Owl. They can actually do a decent amount of damage in PvP if your team has enough tanky people and CC going around, and you just want to blast damage. It's a pretty good option. Very similar to down here in the C tier with Mechanician. The problem being they kind of have to stand still, which is the main issue between the two here. Then we also have Judge right here. Which has the break reduction, can grab Tenacity Ball for Tenacity down. The thing is, a lot of people are building block so that your EM Chain Strike damage just does not scale in most situations. As well as the Tornado, now especially with the pets, everyone has knock-up resistance at this point. Down here in the D tier, it was, I believe, just Berserker by itself, but with the introduction of the new wind stuff going on, as well as earth options, it's coming up a little bit. I don't know if you want to say that mech got worse, which it did kind of, because most people have ways to get at least a little bit of healing. A bunch of fairies have healing on their skills as well, which all their summons are extra targets for your healing. Now let's go into PvE. We have Mechanician, highest output damage in the game. The second being Shadow Owl or Kurogakure. And the gulf of these two, I'll have to do some more testing soon to see the exact amount. But it's weird because this really needs crit. This doesn't really care about crit. So it's hard to test it on the same character. But it seems to be like at least 20% difference in score and things like Elemental Realm and things like this. Then we have Priest, which just allows you to hit those numbers, which the attack boost, the crit boost, things like this. Then down here at A tier, which is both of these, I want to point out, both of these are only 5 to 10% worse than Kurogakure or Shadow Owl, but they are notably worse in their damage output. That's why I put them down here. And the B tier, these are ones that do good burst damage, like their damage when you do their thing are very high. They just don't get to do their thing very often. Perfect Blade, Blazing Owl is able to have a good uptime if you're spamming the passive ability, and they haven't fixed it, so I'm assuming it's intended. Down here in the C tier, we have Judge, Gladiator, and Wind Chaser. All three deal low damage, but they deal it fast enough that they're not down here in the D tier, which is Berserker, which is made for PvP. It gets primarily its full resets for killing players, half resets for killing monsters. That's why it's down here. Down here, Mech does damage. The main reason why it's way down here is armor up here. Let me know what you guys think down below. Until next time, guys.